The reason we're training is to take average people and make them exceptional. Superior results. A unit, to be truly outstanding, should be excellent in all undertakings and activities. Commanders must know and understand that the capabilities and limitations of personnel and set high and exacting standards of capabilities of the high ability of a unit's personnel. This tends to give the low ability group a hopeless feeling because of having to compete against a standard which they cannot attain. A unit satisfactory in all things is better than one outstanding in some, excellent in others, and unsatisfactory in a few. That's a good thing to think about. You know, it's better to be good at everything than outstanding at this one thing, okay at some other things, and unsat in some final things. Fast forward a little bit. Emphasize fundamentals. The basic difference between well-trained unit and one that is not well-trained is found in the attention paid to the fundamentals of marksmanship, chemical, biological, and radiological warfare, communications, maintenance, administration, and all other arts and skills that contribute to making the unit combat ready in the shortest possible time. A well-trained soldier is the only foundation upon which effective combat-ready units can be built. When the soldier fails to demonstrate proficiency in individual skills, the Army's investment is wasted and the combat readiness of the unit is diminished. Each commander should approach his problems of combat readiness with a sense of wartime urgency. There is no magic formula, no sweatless solution to achieving a high state of combat readiness in a unit. Application of the fundamentals enumerated below, however, will help. So that, by the way, sweatless solution, you've heard that before, right, Echo Charles?
Yeah,
that's hack. Yeah. Well, hack took that actual phrase and I had tried to find it in About Face, and of course, About Face is 836 pages, and I was like, oh, I know it's in here somewhere. And I've done it on the podcast. I've talked about the sweatless solution. There is no sweatless solution. We've covered that on the podcast.
I go through it pretty quick, but basically, I realized my true fear of the water. And I was the only of the 36 African Americans to become a Navy SEAL in the history of the SEAL teams. I'm sure you're familiar with that.
And my roommate was one of them, Jimmy Mann.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you knew him.
I didn't know him. But I didn't know how scared I was of the water. So I got this packet, like before the training program started, kind of teaching you how to, get ready for the program, like a warning order. And it was push-ups, sit-ups, all that stuff. I got to like the last page that said swimming. I said, okay, I've never really swam. I'll give it a try. So I got a how-to book on swimming. Went to the pool, and this is when I realized why a lot of blacks are not in special operations.
You sink.
I sink like a motherfucker. Sink like a motherfucker. So I got in that water, man, and this lifeguard was trying to hold me up. The first thing you do is swimming is float.
Right.
So I laid back on my back, and the guy said, relax. I relaxed. I lawn darted to the bottom of that pool. And I came up to the side of the gunwale, and I was sitting there breathing all heavy. He goes, man, you're fucked. He goes, you're negative point. I go, negative what? He goes, you can't float.
Yeah.
So I put the same work ethic in as I put into my studies. I learned how to swim. So I got the pararescue. There's about 200 guys in my class, one black guy being me. And I passed the swim test, passed the running, the push-ups, all that stuff. And the next couple of days, we had this thing called water confidence. This is when you know how comfortable you are in the water. So people don't know about water confidence. Basically what it is they pretty much try to drown your ass underwater. They take away the one thing you've had your whole life, which is breathing, and they want to see how comfortable you are in the water with different tasks. I hated it. I realized that it was brutal. It was brutal. So
same as pool comp, essentially.
Same as pool comp, essentially.
Yeah.
But what this was, so pararescue was like a 12-week long, 6-week long, either 6 or 12. It changes all the time. I think it's 10 weeks long, matter of fact, of basically pre-scuba school.
Yeah.
So all it was. And we stayed in the water. That's all OLH is, which is pararescue school when I went through, is just that. That every day. So for 6 weeks, I didn't sleep. I was just terrified of going back to that water, but I didn't want to quit.